Welcome to my channel. I'll be showing you how to make this chunky tote bag. It's a very easy and quick project that works up in minutes. This minty fresh colored tube yarn and the shape of these stitches makes me think of toothpaste. So I call this my Tuba toothpaste bag. You'll be using your hands to crochet instead of a hook. So to make this project, you'll just need about 2 pounds of this jumbo weight cotton tube yarn to make a 13 by 10 inch bag. I'll put information and links in the description below. It might be helpful to have a pair of scissors nearby, and if you want to really secure the ends of your work, you'll also need a needle and thread, preferably in a matching color. Start by making a slip knot, leaving about a 5-inch tail. Then make a foundation chain by pulling the long working end of your yarn through the loop. This is your first chain. Continue pulling the yarn through the loops until you've made 11 chains. Keep a fairly loose tension because you'll be needing to work into each chain. Give a quick count just to be sure you've got 11 chains. Next, find the second chain from your working loop, right there. With the hand that's holding the yarn, insert your 2 fingers into the top strand of that second chain. Grab the working yarn and pull it through the one loop that's near the tip of your finger. You'll have 2 loops on your fingers, and then take the working yarn and pull it through both loops. That's one single crochet stitch. Go to the next adjacent stitch. Pull a loop through the top of it and feed the yarn through both loops. Continue single crocheting in each stitch, bringing up a loop and pulling the yarn through 2 loops until you get to the end of your chain. When you get to the end, your work should look something like this. Then chain 1 to carry your work over to the other side of the long edge. Next, feed the yarn through the loop that's next to the slip knot and through the loop on your fingers. Keep making these slip stitches down the length of your work until you get to the end of the row. Roll this top round of stitches to the other side as though you were flipping the work inside out. The tail end of your yarn should now be facing up and the working end of the yarn coming out from the inside of the work. While it's still easy to get to, tuck the tail end into your stitches, and if you'd like to make sure it doesn't pop out, you can secure it in place with a needle and thread. Next, slip stitch into that last loop on the short end of your work and continue slip stitching around down the long end of the work. You'll keep working slip stitches into the top loop of each stitch, pushing the yarn from the center of the bag to the outside of it and through your working loop. Right now I'm calling it the top loop because it looks like it's sitting on top, but as you make more rounds and the bag starts to take shape, you'll see it's really the back loop of each V-shaped stitch you are working into. As you continue working, you'll start to see that by leaving the front loop of each stitch unworked and only stitching through the back loop, you'll get these nice horizontal bar stitches. One thing that is helpful to point out, especially if you are new to crochet, is that sometimes it may be confusing to find the correct V shape in your work. When you are working in the round like you are here, you need to make sure you are crocheting into V's that are pointing to the right. They look like greater than symbols. When you are crocheting a flat work, the V's are pointing in the opposite direction, to the left. They look like less than symbols. So it always helps me to think of this. Working in the round is 3D and working flat is 2D. 3 is greater than 2, so I look for a greater than symbol when I'm working in the round. Or if I'm working flat panels, 2 is less than 3, so I look for the less than symbol. And that way I can always remember what direction the V's should be pointing in. So you'll keep working this stitch until you're at the corner of one side of the bag and you count 9 rows on the front and 9 rows on the back. From your working loop on the side of the bag, count forward 3 stitches. You'll slip stitch into those 3 stitches and then stop. Then chain 17. Since you won't be working into this chain, keep a tighter tension than when you made the foundation chain. This will be the length of my strap, so if you want a longer or shorter strap, you would adjust this number of chains accordingly. Then count over 3 stitches from the left side of your bag to mirror the other side. Feed the working yarn through that stitch and through the loop on your strap, joining them together. Slip stitch your way to the back side to where the opposing straps meet, and then make another chain of 17, also keeping the tension on this chain a bit tight like you did with the other strap. Align the strap on the other side and join with the slip stitch. Then feed the tail all the way through the loop and give it a tug to tighten it up. Then weave the tail end in, and to secure it, you can sew it up with a needle and thread. And your tote bag is complete. This bag is unlined, but it would be very easy to sew a rectangular pocket into the inside to line it. I'll be posting more videos soon, so if you enjoyed this project, please consider subscribing and stay up to date on new videos as they come out. See you next time!